Hi, sweet friends. Welcome back. And if you happen to be new here, welcome. My name's Rebecca. Let's go shopping today. This is a place that I have not been to. I don't know that I've ever been in an at home, but they had something that I was looking for. I seen it online. I was hoping that they have it at the store. So let's go check them out. Okay, Mr. Fix-It is going to drop me off and he's going to go to Lowe's and look for some things himself. So I probably have maybe 45 minutes in here, we'll see. But when I first walked in, I didn't realize how large the store was and I didn't know which way I wanted to go. I knew what I was looking for in here, but oh my, there is just so much to see and so much to take in. Unfortunately, I can't give you prices on everything, but I'll show you some of the things that they have, that you might want to go check out an at-home in your area. They had these gorgeous patio sets set up, so I did want to just stop by and see them. I think the prices were something like $6.99 a section. So you were probably, going to pay up for these, but this was a gorgeous set. I just love the colors. I love that you could put these pieces together and it just had the complete set there. And they really had it set up really cute here in the store. And the next set was also just set up adorable. They had this nice rug that went really well with it. So that was a very nice set. And they had this whole garden section, just all kinds of pots that you could get for your porch. And it just went on and on and on. Now, I know I wasn't in here for any kind of the patio and garden, but I just had to stop and show you guys some of the pieces. And what I did notice with a lot of their vases, their home decor, stuff for their porch, even though it's not a high-end price, some of these items looked pretty high-end if you were comparing them to other sites and prices on other sites. But I thought these pottery pots were very cute with the woven rattan around them. Just very springy. They did have some spring items or Easter items, some little carrots. And they had these in sections. They didn't have it all just in one or two aisles. These were sections throughout the store, and I'll show you another one almost at the end of this video. But some cute little carrot garlands. Just little picks for plants. This one's $1.99. They had some cute table runners, tea towels, little shelf sitter bunnies. These were adorable. Just look at all the detail on these for $9.99. These are really cute. And the little chick with the bunny ears on, $9.99. How adorable. And this little egg vase was so cute for $5.99 with the tulips in it. Just a little pop of color if you wanted to put that on your shelf. And then the little ceramic eggs for $3.99. I couldn't find a price on the larger ones. I think they were $5.99. And they had a lot of picks for the outside. And this little carrot wreath was really cute for $24.99. Adorable. Be easy to make too. they had a package of those for $5.99. The potted plants for your porch, indoor porch. This section was just huge and grand in the store. And the prices varied anywhere from $29.99 and up. That one's $49, and these were rather large vases with some greenery in them. They had about 2 aisles of lanterns. I'm just showing you one here. There was so much to see. I believe I could have spent all day in there videoing. I'll definitely have to go back. I did get signed up for their reward program and coupons. And these lanterns here, I just love these brass colored lanterns. The small one was $14.99 and the larger one was $19.99. Those were just so pretty. And then I spotted all of the vases over here. I'm just going to show you the larger ones here at the bottom. They generally had a large and a small, just about to everything. Very seldom did I see, like a small, medium, and large and something. Occasionally you would, but most of the time it was just a large one and a small one in the same pattern of just about everything they have throughout the store. These brass ones are very pretty. You can see there's a small one and a large one. And colors, about any color you can think of. Whether it's something boho, glamorous, if you like the black and white, you like the gold, the brass. Also, these are not the smallest lamps, but they're not the largest. And then I thought this one here was just so pretty. This was a medium-sized lamp. And then one at $40. And then I don't know what their coupons are like. I got signed up with my email. They'll send me some coupons. But just about every kind of lamp imaginable in different patterns. I didn't get to check out the lampshades. I want to go back and check out those lampshades. And then these were the larger floor vases. Such a grand statement it could make in a entryway. And I found these butter dishes. I'm a sucker for butter dishes, guys. $12.99 for the little hen. And then this one's $9.99. I think this goes to, there's other pieces like a creamer and a sugar bowl around the corner. That was an oddball one out sitting there. And then I almost thought this said Mainstay. It had the same pattern logo as Walmart's Mainstay, but it's not. It's a different name. But that's a sweet butter dish. And then these butter me up. These things were thick and heavy. They look like they could last a long time. But I love butter dishes. Cutting board aisle. Oh my goodness, you guys. And it was so organized. I've been in a TJ Maxx and I think a Home Goods, and they were so unorganized with their cutting boards, but I've never seen a store so organized as theirs here at home. Every kind of tray, cutting board, Lazy Susans, wood, wicker rattan, just lots and lots of variety for your home. I like these wooden bowls. I couldn't find a price on them. They had the bigger bowls and the smaller bowls. I guess these are for a salad, but I couldn't find a price on them, but I thought one of them would be really cute just to set a candle in. And then they had some table chargers that goes under your plate, and some brass bowls and trays. And then this wicker charger, $11.99. I hadn't seen those. And pillows. So when I went down this pillow aisle, and I seen a couple, I stopped and priced them, some that I thought I would like, especially this one. I think I just ordered some pillow covers to come in, something like this design. We'll see. But these were basically the white and cream pillows. Now, I didn't see any pillow covers, and I really don't want a whole lot of pillows in my home. Then I have to find a place to store them. So I use a lot of pillow covers, but not to say that there might be a pillow or two that I feel like I just can't live without. This one's just gorgeous. I mean, I just love everything about this one. And it feels so warm. It would be so nice for the fall. And this one, I believe, was $24.99. And they had plenty. If you wanted to get 2 pillows that matched for your sofa, they had plenty in stock. I just love these brown plaid ones. And then one other that I spotted was these little bee. How cute for spring or summer. Just a muted yellow on there. And these were $19.99. But I love the color, and I love the little bee moffats on there. Adorable. You guys, it's very hard to hold a camera in one hand and try to do something with the other, so I apologize. Sometimes it gets a little shaky, and sometimes it gets hard to hold on. So as I'm coming back up the other aisle, I'm seeing more of the tan and the beige and the browns. But little did I know until I traveled on down the aisle that this was just the beginning of the pillow section. They had rows and rows of pillows by color, starting with white, creams, yellows, browns, blues, and reds. Everything imaginable. And I didn't have the time to go down each aisle, but here was the yellows and the blues and reds, maroons, autumn colors, spring colors, you name it. And the pillow aisles just kept on going. You could spend an hour picking out a couple of pillows there. This little section they had set up was for lemons, for those of you that love lemons. But I know that a lot of you ask me about my beaded dishes, and these are much like what I have. These are very pretty. The bowls, the cups, and I believe the saucers or bread plates were $4.99. I didn't get the price on the plates or the platter, but this was a very pretty set. And then they had all of their lemon stuff. They did have a clearance section, a little clearance section. They may have it in each area, but I looked this over just to see. 50% off, not bad, and everything wasn't broken up and chipped up and stuff like that. So they did have a little section to go and check out when you're in there. And while I was checking those out, I seen all these bowls, these little super salad bowls, and I am absolutely loving the color. These are $5 a piece, so if you bought 4 for a set, that's $20. And I just love the design on these. And if you're crazy about the blue and white, black and white, just so much to pick from. So adorable. The word of the day, guys, adorable. When I go shopping, everything's adorable. It just is. I'd like to bring it all home, but, pick and choose. I know what I was there for that day. And we're coming up to that in just a moment. Okay, this is what I'm here for, to pick up. I watched someone on YouTube. I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was, but they got a set. They put it in their kitchen. I'm checking here. I thought this was a crack, but it was just some tape on there. And I see the large one, and then I see a small one, and I'm like, is there really a middle one? Is there a medium to this? I'm not sure. The person that I watched on YouTube didn't have but the two, so maybe that's all comes to the set. And here are some more canister sets, $5.99 and $7.99. These farmhouse style that you can take a chalk pen and write on there whatever you want on there. And that's a great price. These little glass canisters were $6.99. Farmhouse style. You guys know I'm looking at farmhouse style. $7.99 for the larger one. They had two sizes. These were really cute. The ribbed style, $7.99. And these, I could not find a price, but my guess would be that they were $9.99. Could be $11.99. And these canister sets, now this one did have the three sizes, small, medium, and large. And this one was $9.99. The medium was $12.99. And then the largest one of the three, and I love these lids, this one is $14.99. But how pretty is that set? It's real pretty. When I got over to this aisle, this isn't really like a orange. It's like a muted peach color. But they had the napkins in two different styles. They had a table runner in two different styles. They had the chargers, the table spread, I think I already said the napkins, but these were also in a green and blue and just different designs, things that you could mix or match. Very pretty, very pretty. It would make a very gorgeous table scape if you wanted to work on something like that for spring or fall. I've used sage before in the fall. And of course they had the classic black and white, tan and white. And then these vases, very bright. If you wanted a pop of color for the spring, here's your pop of color. They had them in about two different sizes. The amber jars, they still had plenty of amber jars. I really did like these muted yellow vases. The large one was $16.99. And the small one was $11.99. I thought those were very pretty, be pretty for spring. And this is just going down the aisle, showing you what they have. I couldn't stop and price everything. This one was hard to walk away from, guys. You know, I'm loving these vessel style vases. $14.99 for the terracotta looking one. It was more of a brown than a terracotta. I think the terracotta sort of has that southwestern look. But vases just go on, and my eye caught this one. It took everything I had to, walk out without that one, but the texture on it, I just loved everything about this one. And then this little one over here, I just love the colors on it as well for $19.99. And here was some in a chalky black, very rustic. Some of these things that they have could be very high-end at a not so high-end price if it was something you were putting together. And oh my goodness, their candle aisle, it just smelled so great. And coming down the aisle, when I spotted these, I'm like, oh, I've got to pick one. I just love the color on these. I love the lid to it. And it just looks so farmhousey. So I'm going to see if I can't find a scent that I like. But the candles, I think they had 2 or 3 aisles of candles for you to pick from. Faux candles or real candles. Take your pick. Lanterns. Sis, this is for you. She's been looking for a floor lantern for quite some time. Now, I fell in love with that little brass-colored lantern there. But they had some bigger floor-style lanterns. I think they run maybe $69, maybe $69, $49. Okay, they were $49, $49.99. Mirrors. Oh my goodness, if you're looking for a mirror for your mantle, for your bathroom, for any wall, they had so much to pick from. Hello. So you guys have to let me know, do you have an At Home in your area, or how far away is it from you? It's about 3 counties over. I had a doctor's appointment, so I wanted to stop in and find a couple of things that was on my list to look at there, but oh my, was I surprised how big this place was. So just let me know in the comments, and what do you think about it? Do you like it, or just think it's overwhelming or too pricey? Do they have good coupons? I haven't received any yet. Let me know in the comments below. We're finally leaving the mirror aisles. There was plenty to see. Here was another little section of spring and Easter. And I think the little rattan bunny was so cute. Okay, meet me at home. Hey guys, I'm back home now. And I did find a few treasures at home. But what I did find out, that store is huge. And I only sort of picked and choose and couldn't show a lot of prices, but I will show you what I bought and brought home with me. These are just some of little hot coffee cups with the lids when we start going garage selling. I don't have a thermos that fits in the cup holder in the truck, so I got some of these until I find one that I like. But I love the design on these. Another thing I couldn't resist when I was there was this candle, their candle aisle. They had 2 candle aisles, and I went down one and I showed you both of them. They might have had 3, but this was a scented candle, farmhouse mahogany. Love the little wooden lid, and their candle aisle just smelled so good. This was $16.99. And this is what I went for. And I got the larger one. I was thinking there was 3 different sizes, but they only had 2. So I'm not sure if there's supposed to be a middle one to this. But this one was $24.99 and the smaller one was $19.99. And I have a spot for these after I clean them up, and I'll show them to you when I do my spring kitchen, but it's going to go back here in my kitchen. But this is what I went for. They have some like these on cotton and Crete, but they're so expensive. And these are basically shaped just like those. Look for my spring kitchen, and I'll show you where I put these. Okay guys, thanks for coming along with me. If you really want to support my channel, be sure and give me a like and leave me a comment. It lets me know you like this type of video so that I can bring more to you in the future. Until my next video, you guys have a blessed day, and I will see you in my next one.